Steve, take your microphone. Steve Johnson.
Right in there.
Yep, I sure did.
How you doing, Steve?
I'm
Steve,
doing
I got an
terrific.
email from Steve yesterday about an event he has coming up for the. I didn't even know there was such a thing as a tarpon hunting club, but tell us about it.
Isn't that something? It's a gem here on the island, Fort Myers Beach, the oldest and the original tarpon hunting club.
The world's oldest.
The world's oldest, exactly. It's 1961 down at Tarpon Tackle and Hardware. A fellow by the name of Frank Delabella got together with a couple people, and his wife Carol, who unbelievably phoned me last month, and we had her come to the meeting after all these years. But they organized in '61 and then put the club together in '62, and we've been here ever since. We meet at the community center over at Bonita Bill's, and like I said, it's just been a jewel for the town, and a lot of people don't even know it. As a matter of fact, we used to have parades in the shrimp in the shrimp parade. I should say floats in the shrimp parade, and we're looking to do that again sometime soon. But
How far off the? Where do you go out for tarpon on Fort Myers Beach, and how far out do you go? Do you have to go to?
They're normally inshore. They migrate in, and the first one I caught with the club was inside the swim buoys right off the beach.
Wow!
Literally right in the center of the beach, off the Sterling Access, and there was probably 200 of them just rolling there in the water, and it was quite an event when you hook up with a 150-pound animal like that.
Wow!
So.
Yeah, they're huge. I mean, our daughter. I wanted to get the camera out to show you. I had a video of it. Our daughter and her friend were out fishing, and it was huge. I mean, it was huge what they caught. It was interesting to me how close they are in. So someone doesn't really need a big, huge boat. They could go out in one of those fishing kayaks, right?
Yeah, absolutely, and some people do.
The thing is, though, if I'm out in a fishing kayak and you get something that big in, I'm thinking I'm over. I'm going to flip right over.
How long does it take to pull one in that's 150 pounds?
Depends on how heavy your tackle is. But typically it'll take you 20 to 30 minutes.
Nice.
So
that's a workout.
It's a workout. It really is. It really is. It'll pull your boat around. So
nice.
Now, what's the heaviest tarpon that has been when you guys have done the contest? How heavy do they come in?
Well, it's interesting. We really don't weigh them anymore. Since
Right,
1978, they stopped hanging them. So they used to bring them in at their hunts, we would call them, and then they take the photos. And they've quit that. We do catch and release only using circle hooks. But the largest ones are, like I said, over 300 pounds. But I think looking back to the records, maybe the largest that's been pulled in for the club was about 250, 260, something like that, which is a huge animal. Yeah.
What's the biggest one you've caught?
Biggest one I caught was about 150 pounds.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
So when they're out there, you still do the hunts, but it's catch and release?
It is. Yeah, the hunts are sort of like small tournaments for the club.
Yeah.
You get points, and you can become the Angler of the Year, Woman Angler of the Year, light tackle, heavy tackle, and they get a trophy. These old trophies you get your name on with the hundreds of other names, and you keep it for a year, and then you turn it back in at the following year.
How many shrimp can you eat in 8 minutes, Steve?
I'm probably not a candidate for that contest, but I can probably put a few down.
2 pounds, I think.
Right.
So if they're out there on the hunt, then they just measure the fish. Like
we do, yeah. We
girth
estimate
and-
anything offshore, anything off the beach is at least 50 pounds. So they're big fish to begin with, and that's how we measure them.
Silver Kings.
Silver Kings, yeah. That's the term they gave them. As a matter of fact, the reason we're the oldest club is right here in San Carlos Bay. They used to harpoon them up through literally 1885.
Wow.
Until this fella named W.H. Wood caught one on rod and reel, and it just blew the area up for tarpon fishing. So all the way from Boca Grande down here through San Carlos Bay, tourists have been coming here, and sportsmen to catch the Silver King. It's really been quite a fishery, and actually has been a financial benefit to the area for a lot of years.
So tell us about the event you have coming up.
Right.
So the event we have, it's our #1 recruiting event for the year. Wednesday, March 4th, will be at Bonita Bill's Community Center there, his community room, at 7 o'clock sharp, and we'll have a tackle clinic, a tarpon fishing and tackle clinic, where we go through the nuts and bolts on how to catch tarpon. And we'll have our guest speaker is Captain Chris Wittman from Captains for Clean Water, so he'll be here addressing the crowd. And then we'll go through the history, some of the benefits of the club. We do have fish fries. It's a social club as well. So we have a picnic, we have an awards banquet, and families join. And like I mentioned, there's only, I think right now, 5 members out of the roughly 50 in the club that are from Fort Myers Beach.
Wow.
So I'm really out here trying to recruit more beach members as a member of the beach community myself, trying to get some more of us out there since we're the namesake of the club.
So is there a cost to join, or what are and what do you get, and why should somebody join?
Well, the reason I joined is, first of all, I went in and I read a posting in the newspaper that said, hey, they're having this tackle clinic. So I went in, and first of all, Bonita Bill's community room. Have you ever been in there?
I actually have.
It has these mounts all the way around, and immediately I felt like this is authentic old Florida fishing club.
Yes,
This place is awesome, and there's a bunch of old timers in there talking about fishing, and then I said, I'm going to join. So I did, and the benefits to me so far is that we not only talk about where the tarpon are fishing, but also our app, but we also talk about reef fishing and other local inshore fishing, and like-minded people getting together. We have a guest speaker series we put together in the last few years where we invite people in to speak to the membership at the meeting, so that brings some value. To join is $50 for a family, $40 for a single. And you don't have to have a boat to join. And we have orientation hunts where members get together with rookies, and we go out and show them the ropes, basically. So, if you think about going out for the day, you pay a guy a heck of a lot more than $40. In the meantime, you'll actually learn and meet a lot of people along the way.
And when is tarpon season? Because it's not year-round, correct?
That's correct. Actually, there's no closed season for it. You can actually get a stamp to possess and keep a tarpon, although nobody does anymore. That's if you ever wanted to mount one, if you caught a trophy. But basically, the season starts as they migrate north from down south, and they follow the bait. When the water gets up to be about 72 to 75 degrees, they start showing up. And they're following the bait, and then they'll take offshore to breed and then come back. So usually, for myself, since I come out of Big Carlos Pass, I fish the beach. Near the end of the season, they're on the beach. Earlier in the season,
you're out in the boat, but close to the beach.
Correct.
Or you're not fishing from the beach.
That's correct. We're usually in the boat, right?
Okay.
Right.
And you mentioned a stamp, so people need to remember, obviously, this should go without saying, you do have to get a fishing license.
You do need a fishing license, yes you do. Yes you do, and you can't actually pull the fish out of the water. They are protected species, so you need to keep them next to the water and release them. So typically we'll either cut the leader if they're really large fish, but usually we can dehook them.
And at the clinic, you're going to talk about all the different setups, tackle setups, and pound weights.
Right. Light tackle. Boy, you know a lot. Yeah,
I'm from upstate New York, so I love to fish, but I've never done much. I mean, I've gone out on the deep sea, boats, but off in Key West, and I love it. But to go by myself, I just don't have enough knowledge. I mean, if it's a trout or a salmon, but this is not something I'm familiar with.
Yeah,
so.
tarpon are a lot of people, a lot of fishermen's and fisherwomen's in their bucket list. So a good way to fulfill that check mark is actually to join the club, learn, and fish with a lot of like-minded people.
When are you going out next?
Our next hunt actually will be in March. I'd have to look at the calendar, but I think March. I'd have to take a look, but basically that's when the hunt season starts in March. Usually January, February, they're still not quite here yet, so we do social things. But
if somebody wanted to hop on the boat, how much would it cost?
Oh, well, we'd take you right out, Kim.
There you go.
A good time.
I thought you guys went on your own boats, though.
We do. Yeah, but we take each other. We take guests. We take members
so you're
without
friendly.
boats. Yeah,
this is a buddy boat, just like her buddy Bench. He's got a buddy boat.
That's right.
All righty.
I would love to.
Thank you.
I would love to go. I love fishing, and it's relaxing. You have a good time. How many?
There you go. You get a sticker when you sign
a little
up.
decal there, club decal for the tackle box /
we'll put it on
the truck, the boat, whatever.
Very nice, very nice.
How many women are in the club?
We right now probably have maybe 8.
Okay.
You can't
out of
just a minute.
Probably 40. Yeah, I would say actually more like a dozen. But many of them they join as families. They don't fish, but there's probably a half a dozen active fisher gals.
You can't put that on any vehicle until you actually catch a fish. That's like doing a race.
Well,
it's like not doing a race and putting a sticker on your car. I did the Savage race.
Right.
So again, 7 p.m.
7 p.m. at Bonita Bill's under the bridge there. 7 o'clock p.m. and you do not want to miss it. It's a fantastic outing. If you want to know anything about tarpon fishing, that's the place to learn.
And you guys meet the first Wednesday of the month?
First Wednesday of each month, typically February through October.
Well, Steve, thanks for getting in touch.
Great.
And come back again when we'll have a longer segment and talk about the all the events and
So I
other
have a
things
question for you.
going on. Yeah.
Do you know what IGFA stands for?
The International G Fishing something. What was the last letter?
A.
Organization. I just missed
A
one, right?
is organization.
Yeah.
How about O?
That's right.
Oh, is for organization. Right.
It is the International Game Fish Association.
Right,
Nice.
right. Yep. And we
I'm
belong
getting-
to
Or
that.
organization.
That's the second time you need to sit on the bully
but-
bench.
That's right. That's right.
Well, thank you so much
Well,
for
thank you
coming
again,
on,
Thanks a
Don.
lot,
Don.
I
Steve.
appreciate it.
All
All
Good
right.
luck with the event. And when Steve was guest hosting, he didn't make me look stupid. So thank you very much for doing it twice.
Yeah,
Thanks, Steve.
He did a great job, but not enough of that.
Steve Johnson, everybody. Now, I'm going to read an ad while you go get our third guest.
Okay.
Tom Torgerson is here, and he's going to sit in and update us on the project. But, of course, we want to tell you about Shuckers.